Good morning, and it really is the morning today. It's 4 a.m. and I'm standing on the streets of Amman, waiting to be taken across the desert to a new country. I've spent the last 3.5 weeks in Jordan, from the very north, Amman, and further north than that actually. Amman, where I am today, to Wadi Rum, to Petra, to Aqaba, to Dana, to Karak, to Madaba. I've done the whole country, so I thought I would make this video today to talk about whether Jordan is safe to travel. Dun dun dun! So Jordan, like much of the Middle East, is portrayed by the media and the news and the television to be far more dangerous than it actually is. And I can safely say that it's incredibly safe here. I mean, even more so than Egypt, where I spent 6 weeks and didn't feel uncomfortable once. I also haven't felt uncomfortable here in 4 weeks. The people, like most of the Arab world, are incredibly welcoming, incredibly friendly. They'll actually go out of their way to help you. Sometimes they try and help you so much they can actually be annoying. Like when you're trying to park or maneuver a car, or you're just trying to find your way and they're insisting on taking you places, insisting on, no, this is how you will do it. But that's just the culture here. They want to help people. Also, like anywhere in the Middle East, you will come across some, you know, forceful salespeople, shall we say, aggressive salespeople, especially at places like Petra, you know, Wadi Rum, the Dead Sea, all the big tourist sites. But that's just part of it, and you shouldn't let that stop you from coming here at all. You just have to reply with a firm no, and if they continue to harass you, just go temporarily deaf. And they're only doing it because, you know, they are less fortunate than you are, most likely, and need the money. So just take it on the chin and move on. But most people are just, yeah, incredibly friendly. The most commonly used phrase I've heard here is "welcome to Jordan." You are welcome in Jordan. The short answer is Jordan is an incredibly safe place to travel. Oh my, what a day. So, a prime example of how nice the Jordanian people are. I just had an absolute mare crossing the border into Iraq, and a very nice Jordanian man translated for me, managed to get me a visa, managed to sort out my issues, and yeah, I've made it into Iraq after quite a kerfuffle. We're now heading into Baghdad, and I'm being stopped and interrogated at every single border, but that's a story for another day. So what I want to talk about now in Jordan is the transport. So if you're on a guided tour or part of a tour group, whatever, you'll be being driven around in a coach, you don't need to worry about this. But I mean, just sit down here with the wind. But if not, then by far the easiest way to get around Jordan is in a car. So if you have a driving license, just get a car and it'll make your life so much easier. The road, everything in Jordan mainly, if apart from the castles in the east, is on one really good road called the King's Road down the west coast. And yeah, it's a small country, it's not long drives, easy to navigate, and you'll be safe. You can go at your own speed, you can stop and take photos, you can stop for lunch, you can do what you want, because Jordan is actually quite expensive. So when you have to pay for taxis or transport for the day, it all adds up, and our car was about $25 a day, which is very, very reasonable. And like I say, it just takes it all out of your hands. If you don't have a driving license, it is possible to get the bus or taxis. It will just cost you a lot, and it's slightly less safe. They don't recommend you do it, but similar to Egypt, they only say that because they want you to pay for expensive private transfers. It's fine. I did that for the first week I was here. So if you're a solo traveler or a backpacker who doesn't have a driving license, you can get around for sure, but book in advance and try and find other people to share the cost with is the way to do it. But they're very safe. Everything in Jordan is very safe. The roads are good quality, a lot better than Egypt, The drivers are slightly crazy, but if you just, you know, trust your instincts and don't go too fast, you'll be absolutely fine. So that's the easiest way to get around Jordan for sure, is your own car. Okay, it's actually the next day now. Things happened and I'm in Baghdad. And basically I couldn't finish the video yesterday, so I'm into the last part now. So Jordan, going out at night is also very safe, especially in the touristy areas. You can do whatever you want. You can go to a bar. There's actually alcohol readily available because it's catered for tourists. If you're outside of a big city or a busy area like Petra, Wadi Rum, Aqaba, maybe don't go out too late at night, but there is no reason to be fearful of going out after dark in this country. I say this country, I'm in Iraq right now, in Jordan. Because yeah, the people are just incredibly friendly, hospitable, and it's in their culture to be very welcoming to tourists. As always, when you're going out at night, any country, you know, don't go somewhere that looks too dodgy, and just trust your instincts and you'll be absolutely fine. There's no reason to worry. And the last thing I want to cover, which is a shame Tilly's not here for it, she didn't want to come to Iraq, is being a woman in Jordan. As I actually thought, I mean, if you're a Western woman in the Middle East, people will be looking at you, no matter what you're wearing, no matter like what you can only do so much. Like, people are going to be looking at you. You kind of have to, it's the sad reality of it, that you have to kind of accept and be prepared for that, which is not ideal. But on the whole, I say Jordan, especially compared to Egypt, was actually a lot more respectful. Like in Egypt, they would stare, they would say stuff, they would, you know, low-level harassment, whatever, which obviously you just ignore and keep walking. It's not worth it. It's like, it's just one of those things that you can't get away from. Yeah, for Tilly and Jordan, I'd say they would look, but they're a lot more respectful there, I found, during the 3.5 weeks. Hello! During the 3.5 weeks we were there. So yeah, as a woman, if you're a solo traveler, just same again, trust your instincts. Don't rise to anything. If someone speaks to you, just ignore them, walk on, or just say thank you, shukran, masalama, goodbye, or become deaf. And yeah, they're harmless really. It's just one of those things that's kind of unavoidable in the Middle East, but it shouldn't stop you from coming here, that's for sure. It's an amazing place and incredibly unique, and yeah, very, very eye-opening in lots of ways. Yeah, that's the end of that video. So to summarize, whether you're on a guided tour, part of a group, a couple, a solo travel, a woman, a man, Jordan is incredibly safe. And yeah, I would highly recommend it. And if you're gonna do like a holiday there, top places to go: Wadi Rum, obviously Petra, Wadi Mujib, Dead Sea. Those are the 4 I would prioritize if you're on holiday and you don't have a lot of time. Yeah, it's well worth going. Make sure you get a car, and also get, as with anywhere, get a local SIM so you have maps, call, WhatsApp, and yeah, go to Jordan, have a great time. I've just been offered to ride someone's bike in Baghdad, another example of how nice the people are and why you should never judge what you read online.